Hey everybody, I'm going to do a little bit of a different video today. I'm actually going to go over what I've sold. So it's Monday. Usually I ship things like mid Friday afternoon. So this is everything that came in like Friday night until like this morning. So yeah, I'm gonna also give you like a little bit of a mini office tour, I guess. So we'll start over here. It's like my desk area. I just put this in like 6 months ago. I was working on the floor for like forever, and I was finally like, why don't I sit in a chair? I did have a nice office chair, but I also like to play games in that, so that ends up in the living room a lot. But yeah, so here's that. It's got a bunch of random crap on it. You can see like iPods and N64 game. It's like a BB-8 that's been sitting there forever, so on. Uh, Pile of junk in the corner. It's all like broken Guitar Hero guitars. You got the printer. I have these little storage cases. I've actually had this little thing since I was like 2 or 3. It's just kind of like evolved from holding my toys to holding a ton of Nintendo controllers, so on. And those little plastic things that have been breaking on me. Pretty much, I like looking at it. I don't really utilize this space right here that well. But anyway, going over here, we got that's where most of the games live. Got the PS3 stuff. We got the Wii, Xbox, some other like random things. Got board games. Down there is kind of like a catch-all. There's a couple boxes. So what I've been doing is I've been using large flat rate boxes to hold certain things. This has kind of exploded. This was my CD box, CD players, tape players, so on. And now it's just kind of got GameCube controllers because I ran out of space in these plastic bins for them. And then, we got packing supplies. Keep all my Polaroids down there. And the closet's a bit of a mess. So all those are parts copies games. Unfortunately, some of them aren't even like worth completing at this point. Like Pretty Princess, they've reprinted that. Some of the other stuff in there, yeah, Clue, Master Detective, so on, blah blah. But yeah, then up here is like a lot of my eBay and like toys kind of end up here. I do have there's a box in there that's just where all like the broken things live. We'll go back in the closet a few times today, actually. And then all those cases up there are actually empty, except for the Pico stuff lives up there. But all those cases are empty. I'll occasionally sell an empty case, but a lot of the time I wait until I find loose games and then complete them that way. I think in my other videos I've told you how sometimes I'll like, oh, I had the case for this. So that's where those live. Also some hats, blah blah. I think Disney Infinity, Skylanders live around here, so on. But yeah, let's get into what I sold. So we'll start with eBay, and then we'll go grab it. So the first thing I sold was a broken Xbox 360 for $11. We're gonna go in here. So it's a little bit of a mess, only because I went to yard sales this weekend. So here's a little preview for that. Got some pretty good stuff. But yeah, like I said, this is where all my broken stuff lives. Since it's broken, sometimes I'll just like kind of throw it in here. So got Guitar Hero controllers. Those actually work. But yeah, the first thing is a broken Xbox 360. So there that is. Sold for $11. Has the hard drive. It's a 120 gig hard drive. So like honestly, I probably should have just sold that separately. But yeah, whatever. Hard drives to the old 360s don't really go for too much anyway. Next up, this actually got this weekend or last weekend. We got James Bond for the Atari 2600. So this is like the only valuable game in there. Sold it for 21. I had it up for 25, but I took a best offer. Let's see if we can get it out of here. Alright, so there it is. After a little bit of digging. So I bought this in a lot. It was actually a boxed Atari over there. That'll be in the next haul video. But this was the only like decently valuable game. About half of those came with one Atari, half came with the other. But I paid 15, and then I sold this for 21. So after fees and shipping, I'll have made my money back plus a couple bucks. Next, we have another broken system. We got a GameCube. Sold that for $8.70. Back in the closet here. Sorry it's so dark. I should really get like a light. And there that is. So this didn't end up reading discs, and I don't have the patience to find out how to fix it. So there's that. And then last for eBay was two wired Xbox 360 controllers that are broken. I wonder if those are here. Those are also in the closet. Ooh, this is gonna be tricky. Alright, that was a lot of digging that you probably won't see. But yeah, two broken Xbox 360 Rock Band guitars. These have like really plummeted in price anyway, so actually getting $7 for them is very surprising. I thought I was gonna have to lower it down to like $2. But anytime I get stuff that isn't like completely destroyed, like it just doesn't work functionally, I'll try to sell it and get my money back. Sometimes I'll make money, like I don't think I paid more than $2 or $3 on these, so I guess I broke even, but I've bought other stuff knowing that even if I sell it as parts, I'll get money for it. Alright, now we're going to jump over to Amazon. The first thing we got is The Lion King. I think that's complete for $18.75. So that should be right here. Oh, Mortal Kombat. Nope, it was not. So we'll come back here where the Sega stuff should be, and there's The Lion King. So I've gotten to the point where I have more stuff than I have like adjustable shelf space, so I definitely have to send some stuff into Amazon. But yeah, there is a complete copy of Lion King for Sega Genesis. Next up, we got Super Star Wars: The Empire Strikes Back for $12. And that's also in this dark. So unfortunately, the lighting in here is not great. I've been trying to think about how to make it brighter. In my haul videos, you've probably noticed that it's kind of, everything's dark. So let's see, none of that. Super Star Wars Return of the Jedi. But we're looking for Empire Strikes Back. So all my cards, like, I just have these walls of NES games at this point. Nope. It's gonna be the last one in the stack, isn't it? Oh, we found it. There we go. Super Star Wars Empire Strikes Back. $12. Next we got a Xbox 360 60 gig console. I believe the controller's over here. Kind of keep the controllers separate, only so I don't accidentally turn on something. That's more for the PS3 controller since these have batteries. And then usually I keep all my consoles down here, but the Xbox 360s, even the Xbox One right there, you can see jetting out. They're just annoyingly sized. So there's the cords. And here's the system. Alright, next, this has been sitting on my desk for, I don't know, months. I don't know why I haven't bothered trying to test it. We got a Boss TU80 chromatic tuner and metronome. They sold for $50. I don't even know if it was in one of my haul videos, but I don't think I paid more than $5. So we come over here where I have, this is where I keep all my portable systems, network adapters, memory cards. We got the Game Boy and DS drawer. I'm gonna start lotting these up. Most of these aren't really worth much. And then on the bottom, we got iPods and tuners. As you can see, I got another one in there. But yeah, $50 for that. Alright, next we have another game that won't end up making into the haul video because I don't like to make the haul videos until I have enough stuff to make a video worth it, but I'm not gonna not ship out an item because I want it to be in the video. So this is Yu-Gi-Oh! Spirit Collar. I got this with the Sega Genesis, copy of Jurassic Park, Operation Genesis, and a few other things for $10. So that's sold for $24, and that's right here in the pile, which I've knocked over. Yeah, so that's complete. Oh. Yu-Gi-Oh! GX Spirit Collar. Sorry about the lighting. I'm gonna figure it out, hopefully. Anyway, next we have Casio FX 9750 G2 graphing calculator, sold for $25. So that is over here. The calculators have been like kind of nomadic for me. They were living with the card games, but I got too many card games, so now they're just kind of hanging out here. It's where the Polaroid film ended up too. It's where one of the Polaroid cameras, the more expensive ones, and a DVD box set live for now. And then, so there's that. Wow, lighting. So there's that. Next, we actually have two copies of Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. One I sold for $13.75 and the other one I sold for $14. They're both the same condition. I sold another copy last week for $13.75 and then I sold that one. So I just decided to bump it up like a quarter because I think I usually like to keep my items on the first page of like used listings, and it wouldn't have bumped me off, so I put it up another quarter. It was better condition than everything below it, so it was no problem. So let's grab those. So we got one copy right there. So you can usually sell Nintendo Select listings as white label. I always just put that it's white label so that people know. Half the time people are looking for the white label instead of the Nintendo Selects anyway, but yeah, there's one. And then the other one could be, oh, there it is, thankfully. And there's two. So there are those. Thankfully those have gone back up in price. They were selling for like $7-8 a while ago. Next, another item that I got last weekend. Gex for $12.55. which again was in this pile, which is now spilling everywhere. Yeah, there's a complete copy of Gex. I think I bought like 2 or 3 games off this lady. I think I paid $2. So I think the other one was a Crash Bandicoot game. Next we got iPod Touch 8GB. So we'll go back to that drawer. It might be this white one actually. Oh, that's 32. So I think this is it. You have 8GB, and just grab any one of these should work. Just noticing now that it says black. Hopefully they don't mind. I did write in the description that it was white, and I think I've sold that the same way before. Next, we got a copy of Star Fox for $8.30. I think I've had this forever. Star Fox is unfortunately one of those games that didn't keep its value like most first-party Nintendo games. This and F-Zero for Super Nintendo for some reason don't ever go over $10. But yeah. The Star Fox is back in this hole. And it's probably at the bottom, because I think I've had it a while. Ooh. Oh, there it is. And Star Fox. Ooh, I'm going to clean that up a little bit before I send it out. Usually I'll clean it beforehand, but I must have just been busy. And then very last, we got Uncharted 2 Among Thieves Game of the Year. This, unfortunately, they're shutting down the servers, I think, at the end of next month. So, Game of the Year comes with the DLC, but it's going to be useless. So, let's see. That should just be with the PS... Oh, I think I see it. And I've now put a wall of Nintendo games in front of it. Oh, no, that stuff... Oh, there we go. That's better. Don't have to dig. Uncharted 2 Among Thieves. That one sold for $3. A lot of PS3 games don't sell for much anymore. But yeah, so that's a Monday for me. Pretty good amount of stuff. Nothing for crazy money. Obviously, the 360 was the best sell there. And yeah, so I'll show you the kind of finished look when I'm done packing it all. Okay, I also just wanted to let you guys know how I pack things. I've had a few people ask in the past what I use for packing material, so I end up just using like plastic bags from the supermarket or paper bags, the ads they mail you, also from the supermarkets or CVS or whatever, magazines, like scraps of paper. I also, when I print out the packing slip, I end up with enough room to put a label on, so I print, like I flip the paper around and I print the label there. That way I don't have to buy a label maker. It leaves me with these little squares of paper, so instead of just like throwing these out or recycling them, I just end up tossing them for like padding for a box. And that way I don't have to throw it out or anything. And then it's basically free packing material. So I haven't paid for any packing material in years. I think I bought a roll of bubble wrap once or twice because I was packing like a lot of things that needed it. But in general, just I use paper, and some people leave me positive feedback because they're saying it's a creative way to recycle stuff. So, you know, don't feel like you need to buy like bubble wrap and paper and stuff. Like definitely recycle if you have the option. I know some people don't end up with a lot of this stuff, but we subscribe to a couple magazines, and I know other people in general, I've read online, think that paper and stuff adds too much weight, but I've never added so much paper that I've gone over a pound. So that's kind of a argument against people who end up buying those plastic bubble, like those big bubble. I might even have one or two in there. Oh yeah, right here. People that buy these specifically, I'll save them when I get something from like Amazon or whatever, but I'm not gonna go out of my way to like use plastic when like there's tons of paper sitting around everywhere. So yeah, I just want to give you guys an idea of that. And usually I'll like wrap. So I'm gonna put the GameCube in there. I'm gonna wrap that in a few supermarket ads, put it in there, and then usually I'll shake it back and forth to make sure there's no movement, and I'll just add more paper as needed. And yeah, that's how I end up packing stuff. All right, there's everything all packed up in tote bags, ready to go. I just want to show you. This is how I usually pack Guitar Hero guitars. Usually I'll use 2 of the same size USPS box. This one's actually a little bit smaller than that one because I ran out of the 2 big ones. But there's 2 in here, and yeah, it goes about 6 pounds. And yeah, you just want to make sure you tape it up really good so they don't come apart. Just make sure you aren't using flat rate boxes, because flat rate boxes you can't alter, you can't tape them together. They just have to go exactly as they are. But these are just regular mailing boxes. You can order them online. That's how I ship a lot of things, is in mailing boxes. I also wanted to show you these boxes. I buy these from Staples. This is actually cut down already. It's usually about this big. But Staples has these like pre-scoured boxes, so you can cut them and readjust them. You can also buy like a box readjuster, but I just find this easier. They're pretty cheap. I think you buy like 5 at a time, and they're like a third of the price if you buy them individually. So yeah, that's that. So now I'm off to the post office. I'm gonna drop all this off and go about my day. Probably list some stuff, play some video games, go for a walk, so on. And yeah, that's that. So I hope you enjoy. If you have questions, please feel free to comment. I'm gonna work on the lighting. As you can see, it's like still dark in there, and that's with the light. The problem is we have 15 foot high ceilings, so the light doesn't really get in this weird kind of boxy bedroom. Yeah, as you can see, like it's a weird setup in here. But anyway, yeah, so I'll see if I can get some LED lights. I think that's really gonna solve the problem here. Yeah, so yeah, like, subscribe, comment, share. If you like this video, please let me know. Please let me know if I should keep bothering making them. And again, I'm gonna work on the lighting, and hopefully it'll be better next time. So bye.